Emmanuel Petit, I want to talk about FIFA with you today. What do you like at FIFA? Do you play it often?
Occasionally, because I'm 47 now. No, I like video games, but my daughters, I've got 3 daughters, they don't play much video games.
Okay, but you used to play?
Yes, of course.
Good,
yeah.
okay. So I'm going to be quizzing you on your former teammates' FIFA stats here. Okay, so firstly, what does FIFA rate as Emmanuel Petit's best stat? Physical or passing? Both brilliant scores, I might add.
I'd say probably passing, no?
Incorrect. According to FIFA, your passing's 82,
Yeah.
physical 89. Do you disagree with that then?
I got a huge physical presence on the pitch, I know that, but I know as well my left foot, it was efficient as well.
I was surprised with that, because when I watched you play, I used to think your best asset was passing.
Yes.
Would you say that's your best asset?
Long pass, yeah.
Yeah.
Behind the defense all the time, yeah.
In their prime, who was better at shooting, Petit or Vieira?
Me, of course.
Actually, they've given Petit 79, Vieira 80.
They're liars. They're liars.
You're not happy with that?
No.
Vieira, amazing players. Obviously,
Of course,
everyone talks about Arsenal. They talk about
yeah.
Petit and Vieira, Petit and Vieira.
Yeah.
How good was he as a teammate?
A very good, strong partnership based on trust, confidence, and respect. And we were just like a piece of coin, you know. He was able to run with the ball. He was able to break the lines with the ball on his feet. And I was able to break the lines with a long ball. And I was left-footed, he was right-footed. And we play as brothers, you know, on the pitch. And we are big friends outside the pitch as well. But the fact he started his career, you know, he played sometime in central defense, just like me.
Yeah.
We got some similarities, you know, through our careers. And I think that helped us, you know, on the pitch. Tactically, I think we were very good.
Yeah.
And you know, it's hard to control a game when you play only 2 in the midfield. Of course, there were Ray Paulo and Mark Overmars, but they were on the flank and they were doing their job. But I think for me, the most important is to play without looking at your teammates, which means respect and trust.
So you basically know where he was the whole time. You had that perfect
I always knew that even when I was making a pressure on a player, you know, and I was trying to go forward, I always knew that he was behind my back to protect, you know, and he felt the same as well in his position. So, as I said before, it's like you are linked with an invisible link, you know, all the time. For me, that's very important when you play midfield.
Okay, this is a good one, this. In their prime, who was faster, Thierry Henry or Ronaldo, the Brazilian Ronaldo? Once again, both incredibly quick stats.
Yes.
But one was faster than the other. Who would
With
you
or
say?
without the ball?
Oh, it just says pace.
For me, it's different.
Okay.
Because I think Thierry was the faster without the ball. I think Ronaldo was better with the ball on his feet.
Okay, interestingly. So if you had to guess for one of them, pure pace, who would you say?
I would say Thierry, yeah. He was a faster.
Thierry 94, Ronaldo 97 in his prime. So you thought Ronaldo was quicker with the ball at his feet?
Yeah, I think, yeah. I remember, you know, some action he did, you know, with Barcelona when he runs far away from his from the goalkeeper, and then he dribbled probably 5 or 6 players, you know, without limited speed, you know, and he was always powerful, you know, with very quick, very fast ball in his feet, you know. Thierry was different because he took the ball all the time and he ran after the ball. You know the difference? Ronaldo, I think he was running with the ball. That's the difference.
They're obviously 2 of the world's greatest ever players. Can you separate them if you said for finishing, was one better than the other? I know that you shared the field with and against.
It's hard to say because Thierry has done amazing things in his career, you know. With the national team, with Arsenal as well. You know, he was brilliant. Didn't need 2 occasions to score goals, and he could win a game by himself, just like Ronaldo.
Yeah.
But I think technically, I think Ronaldo was more gifted.
Another one. In their prime, who was better at finishing, Overmars and Pires? They're tough questions, these, aren't they?
Aye.
Better at finishing. There's not a lot in this again.
I say that Mark was quicker, faster than Robert.
Okay.
I think he used his speed to make advantage of defenders all the time.
Yeah.
His finishing was great, but not 100%.
So you,
I would say Robert, because Robert was, for me, a very good gifted player technically, you know. He could do whatever he wants, you know, and he was very intelligent with the ball, and his skills was brilliant, and he could play different position. I'm not sure that Mark could play different position on the pitch. So Robert could play holding midfielder, he could play number 10, he could play on the flank. It doesn't matter, he would play the same way.
well, I can tell you, you're right. Overmars 83, Pires 86 at finishing. Very good. Right, last few. This is a good one. Both Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp were in their prime at Arsenal when you played with them. But who did FIFA give a higher rating to? Worth pointing out, both very, very good ratings, but one of them had a higher rating in their prime. Thierry Henry or Dennis Bergkamp?
Dennis.
You saying Dennis?
Yeah.
Dennis Bergkamp 92, Thierry Henry 93. So it's Thierry Henry. Why did you say Dennis?
Because, don't be mistaken, I think Thierry was one of the greatest players I've played with. But Dennis, he's got something different, something that you cannot learn on the pitch.
Right.
Something you cannot learn if you watch 100 games, you know, if you train for a century. Dennis has got these special skills, you know, that the greatest player can have, you know. Imagination, intuitions, you know. They play the way they feel all the time, and it looks very easy when you see that. I remember the goal he scored against Newcastle, you know, when he flicked the ball like this and get over it. And I remember the hat-trick he scored against Leicester as well. He did it as well with the national team during the World Cup in 1998 against Argentina in Marseille. I've seen him doing so many great things on the pitch, you know, training session as well. It was amazing, and he did it so naturally like this, you know.
Yeah, fantastic player. Okay, in their prime, who does FIFA think was better at defending, Desailly or Blanc?
Desailly.
Desailly 90, Blanc 92.
Okay, you know what?
Do you want to have a word with FIFA? No,
You're
not
fired.
happy. I'm fired. I didn't write the questions. You're not happy with that one. Why are you not happy with that one?
It's like Lilian Thuram, you know. For me, they're the best defender I play with. They're rock on the pitch, you know. You cannot pass them. It's impossible. They read the game, they're strong physically, they're strong mentally, and they're tough on the player, you know. They play tough. Sometimes they could play dirty as well on the pitch. But they've got this manner, you know, on the pitch, you know, to control and to show confidence. And if I was a striker and I had to play against them in their area, I would thought, well, even if I am 100% physically prepared to do it, I have to be quick, fast, imaginative, you know, in terms of dribble, you know, skills, technical skills like this, because, you know, it's going to be very difficult to pass them. I think Laurent Blanc was probably more intelligent tactically, but I think Laurent was not fast as them.
Right. Okay.
And to defend as well as a proper defender, I think Marcel and Lilian was better defenders.
Interesting. Okay, last two. Just talking about Arsenal's current team now. Who do you think is the highest rated Arsenal striker, Lacazette or Giroud?
Actually,
according to FIFA, one of them has a higher rating. Highest rated Arsenal striker, Lacazette
well,
or
if
Giroud?
I say Giroud and he's on the bench, people won't understand, but I have a huge respect for Olivier Giroud, because every time he's been against the wall, under the pressure from the fans and from the press, he always responds well on the pitch. It's funny to see that Lacazette is on the bench with the national team and Giroud is in the first team, and then you go to Arsenal, it's the opposite. So I think Lacazette is a very good player, but he needs to improve to get at the last stage.
Do you? You think that he needs to improve his game?
Yes. I think he could do more physically on the pitch. I think he's gifted technically.
Yeah.
I love his movement as well.
Yeah.
He's very intelligent, but he's a small striker. So you cannot ask him to do more physically sometimes, but I think he could do more sometimes.
Okay, so if you had to pick one who you think has the highest rating that FIFA have given, who would you say out of the two?
Regarding the goals, I think the last 3 years with Lacazette, one of the best scorers in Europe with Lyon, so I would say Lacazette.
You're right, Lacazette 85, Giroud 82. And finally, who do you think is the highest rated Arsenal player?
Actually,
Yeah.
Sanchez.
Correct. Sanchez 89, Ozil 88. Only one ahead of Ozil. Though,
Ozil?
Yeah, Ozil 88. Does that surprise you that they're quite close?
Yeah, I think Ozil was great. I think the second season with Arsenal. He had a tough one when he first came in England. He did some good things, but the second season, I think, if I remember well, he gave so many assists on the pitch. He was brilliant. His motivation, his behavior on the pitch was great. He was the leader with Sanchez. Since then, injuries, you know, I think as well. I think the hunger, you know.
Hunger, yeah.
Yes. If you don't have the hunger anymore, then you don't improve anymore. And I think you're losing your motivation weeks after weeks. So troubles as well on the pitch, the pressure from the fans, from the press. It seems to be unhappy sometimes. And you can feel sometimes just like a dead body on the pitch, you know?
Yeah.
He needs to recover his motivations. And I can understand sometimes his frustration. But must not forget that being a football player is probably one of the best jobs in the world.
Yeah. As a former Arsenal player, do Arsenal simply have to keep Alexis Sanchez for you?
I wish they could. I'm not sure.
You don't think they will keep him?
They received big offers for him last summer.
Yeah.
And he stayed at home. And Arsene didn't want to sell him. But recently, Arsene Wenger said something about him and Ozil that they could lose them during the transfer window in winter. So I don't see the point to keep your players, you know, two of your best players in the team, and then 6 months later you sell them 6 months before the end of their contract. So the fact that Arsenal doesn't play the Champions League is one thing, but the fact that Chile with Alexis Sanchez won't play the World Cup next season, his contract ends, you know, at the end of this season. So I think he wants to be under the light to renegotiate his contract.
We will see. Manu, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.